Hey, it's Brian Haskins here, and we are nearing up to the end of 2024, and everybody is starting to make their goals and plans for 2025. And I wanted to share with you one of the most important things that I've learned about setting goals, and one of the biggest mistakes that so many people make whenever they set goals for themselves. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard the term that you need to set these big, shoot for the moon type of goals for your business? The problem with that is if you're new to business, if you're new to wholesaling or building some sort of business, and you set these big goals that you don't have a clear path to actually know what you need to do to hit those goals, all it really does is hold you back. You become frustrated because you're not hitting the goals. You don't know what to do. You sit down, you kind of get analysis paralysis. But so when people tell you that if you set these big goals for yourself, even if you come up short, you're still going to stretch yourself. And I agree with that if you have a clear understanding of your business and what you need to be doing on a daily basis and you're looking to kind of grow your business. But if you're new to the business and you're just starting out, it makes it really hard if you have these big daunting goals that you kind of sit and you look at. You don't know how to reach those goals, and then you second guess yourself, and then you get upset that you're not making the progress that you're looking for. So what I wanted to share with you is what I do with my students as well as anybody that I'm helping out to really help them with their business, to create goals that not only can they hit, but also still stretch themselves, go much further beyond what you would normally get through traditional goal setting. So what I look at with goal setting is that we need to have essentially a clear path to hit those goals. So I start with an end goal in mind and kind of reverse that whole process. Now, when it comes to wholesaling and goal setting, the two big things that we want to kind of look at typically is revenue, or if we're looking for a certain growth in our business. And the way that we do that is not necessarily through doing more deals, but it's making more profit on our deals. So for some people, they look at the idea or the concept of scaling the business and doing 5, 10, 15 deals a month. But in reality, that's very difficult to do. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces and overhead to do that. It's much easier to actually make more profit and do less deals by learning how to kind of dial the business in. So what I look at when I'm setting goals is that typically it's an income goal that I'm shooting for, and then I create a plan to help me hit that income goal. So let's say, for example, as a wholesaler, what do we need to do to get more income? Well, we need to either, number one, be able to dial in our marketing. So we need to either spend less on marketing or have our marketing be more effective. We need to be able to essentially make bigger profits on our deals. So that comes to either building a better list of buyers that are willing to pay more, or finding sellers that are a little bit more motivated. Those are the things that really kind of drive what we're looking at, is if we can spend less and create bigger profits, and that way we can net more for our business. So the way that I help my students really kind of dial in the goal setting process is through two things. One is we set a goal using what I call a contact goal calculator, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And then the next thing we look at is tracking those goals. So if we set a goal for ourselves, we need to look at that goal. We need to say, okay, how are we doing with that goal? Are we hitting that goal? Is that goal giving us the end result that we're looking for? So for example, if we say my ideal result is I want to close one deal per month, then I know that I need to do a certain amount of marketing to generate a certain amount of leads, and then a certain amount of leads to put enough offers out there, enough offers to get a deal accepted. So those are kind of the processes that we have to kind of go through. So when we do that, what we look at is every week, did I hit my goal? Did I do enough marketing? Did I talk to enough sellers? Did I make enough offers? Well, if I did and I hit those things, but I didn't get that end result, then I know that I need to bump my weekly goal up. So then every week, every month, at kind of a deeper level, we can kind of dive deep into that. So we're inside of my coaching portal right now. This is what I use. I call it the Academy. And this is basically kind of what I use to train a lot of my students. And underneath the lead generation section, one of the things that we look at is what we call our contact goal calculator. So this is a training that I use with just my students that shows them exactly how to hit their goals based on whatever their goals are. So we start out, again, with an end goal in mind. That's the only way for you as a new investor to be able to get consistent leads and deals coming into the business and to be able to hit a big goal. So the way that this works is I've got all my different marketing strategies mapped out down here. Some of these are normal ones that you hear from a lot: cold calling, SMS, pay-per-click, direct mail. And then some of these other ones are going to be strategies that are new to me, or not new to me, that are just proprietary to what I teach. So my off-market inbound lead system, arbitrage wholesaling, there's a very specific Facebook lead generation strategy that I use. And then my flagship hidden deals blueprint. So with these strategies, what's really cool about this is based on what your revenue goal is. So up here at the top, we can see these are our goals that we put in here. This is what we adjust. If it's in green, we can edit it. If it's in yellow, that means something that we can definitely edit once we get some details. And I've got a little chart right here. And then these are the data points that it spits out. So for example, and we do this different for every marketing strategy because again, every marketing strategy is going to have different costs associated with it, different results associated with it. So this is going to give us kind of what we're looking for industry standard. So let's say, for example, we have a revenue goal. We want to make $15,000 per month. And our average profit is $15,000 per deal. So that tells us we need to do one deal per month to kind of hit that. And if we're closing on every single contract that we get under contract, and this tells us about how many contacts or how many people that we need to talk to actually get a contract. So with this strategy, it's only 100. So this strategy works really, really well. So with that, that means that we need to generate 10 leads, to be able to put a deal together. So that tells us kind of what those numbers are. And then from here, this tells us daily kind of what that information spits out. So that way we can see, all right, this month, this is what our goal is set for. Now we know what we need to do to generate that. And if we hit that goal, that's great. If we don't hit that goal, then we need to make some adjustments to figure out why. Did that goal get us our end result of getting one deal or two deals or three deals? And then we can make adjustments based off of that. So this is the best way for you as a new investor to kind of hit those goals and set those goals. Now, the next thing that I want to show you is what we call a KPI tracker. So KPI tracker is very simple. This KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator. And this is another thing that I use with all my students because once we know what we need to do, so that's what our contact goal calculator does for us. This tells us how many records we need, how many people we need to talk to each month, how many leads we need to generate, how many offers we need to send out, what our costs are. So once we know those things, now we need to know how to track those details. So I track very simple stuff. Outreach, so how many people did we reach out to? How many contacts or how many people did we talk to? How many leads did we generate? How many offers did we make? How many contracts did we get? So we have a very simple goal for ourselves. So the goal is broken down by this contact goal calculator. So if this tells us we need to start out with basically 100 people per week or per month, sorry. So if we do 100 times 4 weeks, so that gives us basically 25 people a week to generate one deal per month. So on Monday, we can put all of our data in here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gives us our weekly total. So we know exactly what we're doing. Did it reach our goal? Did we not reach our goal? And then obviously we have our monthly totals down here at the bottom, and we do this for each month. So these are the very simple metrics that we use to kind of set goals, hit those goals, adjust those goals based on the results that we get. Now, this is the only way to dial in your business and to make sure that you're actually hitting the goals that you're looking for, because without this, you're just kind of shooting in the dark. And this is why a whole 6 months or a whole year gets away from you and you look back and you're no further along in your wholesaling business. So that's why having these goals in place, knowing why you're doing the things that you're doing, what you're doing to generate the consistency. And again, we do this with all kinds of different marketing strategies. So it really just depends on what works best with your budget, your time, and stuff like that. So if you're looking for some help, I am going to be opening spots up for my academy. I'm doing something a little bit different for 2025. I'm going to be doing essentially a much lower cost way to work with me in the business, how to get access to all my trainings, all my academy, and then having a separate option for people that want some additional one-on-one help. So it's going to allow me to kind of come in at a very fair price to be able to give you access to all my trainings and all my tools and things like that, but then allow you to also get additional one-on-one help if that's something you're looking for. So I'm going to be opening up spots, but if it is something that you're interested in, you can reach out to me, let me know, and we can kind of talk about some ways that I can kind of help you out and work together. I'm going to try to keep it really affordable, and we're kicking off in 2025 some really awesome things. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can utilize this to set some really simple goals for yourself. But again, we want to start with the end in mind with a goal and have a clear path to get there, because when we set these big audacious goals with no way to get there, all it's going to do is frustrate you, confuse you. You're going to have analysis paralysis, and it's going to continue to kind of hold you back a little bit. And I think this is going to be a much better way for you to kind of dial in the business and set yourself up for an amazing 2025.